Hello and welcome to another edition of It's Your City. I'm Bob Crowell and I have the honor and privilege of being the mayor of the greatest city in Nevada, our very own capital, Carson City. As you know, every couple of weeks I spend a few minutes talking about what happened around Carson City and also at the latest board meeting. I'm going to probably talk more about what's going on around the city and what my schedule's been, and we'll talk a little bit about the board meeting today. First, let me give a hats off and a big kudo to the Mile High Jazz Band, Eleanor and David Bugley, all the musicians and all the volunteers who helped put on 2 weeks of extremely wonderful music and jazz throughout our community at various different venues and businesses. It was a great 2 weeks, and it is becoming a staple in our community where people come here to visit and hear the good music. We are blessed to have many talented musicians in the Northern Nevada region and in our very own city here. Also, when you see this clip today, I think it's going to be shown on a Tuesday, the 20th of August, you will read in the paper that Carson City was just designated by Google as the eCity, let me get it correct here, it was the eCity Digital Capital of Nevada, which means that Google has, through its studies, has found that our businesses here in Carson City are well connected to the internet and are using the internet to stay connected with the rest of the world to market and sell their product and to do business throughout the United States and the world. You can go on Google's eCity website and see Carson City and see what other cities have been named throughout. There's one city in each state. What other cities have been named, but the message here is our small businesses and our businesses in general are doing quite well and staying connected to in this new age of digital environment, to the internet and to the broad base of customers that are out there. So hats off to our local businesses for making Carson City the digital capital of Nevada. Let me also talk a little bit about some things that happened that I did surrounding the board meeting. The day before the board meeting, I traveled to Las Vegas for what's called the Green Zone Initiative. That was an initiative put on by Caleb Cage, who was then the Director of Veterans Affairs. Now he's a cabinet level director for Veterans Affairs in Governor Sandoval's office. It was a conference in Las Vegas where they brought together all people who were involved in helping our military veterans and our troops, both past and present, and it was just a wonderful conference. The Green Zone Initiative is designed to try and tap into what they call the sea of goodness that exists out there. There are many different organizations working for our veterans and for our troops, and the Green Zone Initiative seeks to tap into that with those organizations and create a sort of a unified voice where the interests of those various organizations overlap. What it means to Carson City is that Carson City executed, I did anyway on behalf of Carson City, executed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Veterans Affairs here in Carson City to create a Veterans Community Council that would consist of representatives of members of all the veterans organizations and all organizations that are interested in the health and welfare and well-being of our troops and veterans. I will be doing that, and the theory here is that there will be the Board of Supervisors will create this committee, so that we'll have the imprimatur of authenticity to it. And it will be comprised of all organizations, representatives from all organizations who wish to participate, and that committee then can take those messages up to the State Department of the State Department of Veterans Affairs, and then to the Inter-Council Government on Veterans Affairs at the state level, and then that can also be used. That information can be used to bring those issues that need attention if they are federally related, up to the federal government. It's a way to try and organize what they call a sea of goodwill, and there's a tremendous sea of goodwill in our community from a whole lot of veterans organizations to military support organizations, to people just wanting to help. So in the near future here, I will be hopefully sending out, not hopefully, but I will be sending out a request to have a convening of all those who are interested so that we can talk about what the Green Zone Initiative is and how we might go about forming a Veterans Community Council. At the same time, the Memorandum of Understanding that I executed in Las Vegas, I will be bringing that back to the board for its approval and ratification, or at the board meeting in September. But I have to say that that was one of the best veterans events I've ever attended in Las Vegas. We heard a lot about the veterans, the backlog in veterans benefits that exists, and a lot about what is being done to overcome that backlog. We heard from Governor Sandoval. We heard from a lot of different organizations who are interested and on the cutting edge of helping our troops and our veterans. So that's something to look forward to. And if you're interested, please shoot me an email at bcrowell@carsoncity.org. No, excuse me, bcrowell@carson.org. And we'll be convening meeting, just a preliminary meeting in the near future here. Also, the day after the board meeting, I traveled to Eureka to attend a Nevada Association of Counties board meeting. I'm the designated representative from our Board of Supervisors on the NACO board. It was a wonderful trip out to Eureka. I haven't been there for a while, and it's somewhat long. You have to take what's called Nevada's loneliest road to get there. But it was well worthwhile going to show that we are one Nevada. At the same time, I'm proud to announce that John McKenna, on our Board of Supervisors, was nominated or appointed by the NACO Board of Directors to serve on what's known as the Senate Bill 391 Subcommittee on Governance and Finance that will look at the future of governance and finance for the community colleges throughout the state. That's a bill that you should take a look at if you're interested in it, because it's got a lot of different parts to it. But it is the survival of the college here in Carson City and in our surrounding counties can't be overstated. The college, Western Nevada College, serves 5 counties right now, and we need to have that continued in order to, one, create a tool for education, but also to create an educated workforce or a trained workforce in our area. That is very important if we're going to be bringing businesses here to Carson City. And speaking of businesses, I understand that very shortly there will be an announcement about filling up part of the old Gottschalk's building. That will be probably coming out here the first week or two in September. There'll be a formal announcement by the new tenant who will be taking up maybe about 2/3 of the old Gottschalk's building. So that's good news. Let me say that during the board meeting, we had an evening session that was where we listened to a presentation by the Downtown 2020 group that is looking at ways to revitalize downtown. As you know, that the Downtown 2020 group is keyed off of the Envision 2006 master plan study that was done by our community in 2006. It was a great presentation from the businesses who are interested in downtown Carson City. And the end result of the evening was that the Board of Supervisors unanimously accepted the plan, or at least their recommendations, and now we are going to have our city staff take a look at each one of those recommendations and see where the city can or cannot fit in, or where the city has a role, and to try and make sure that we know exactly what is being requested by the Downtown 2020 group. At the same time, I think it's accurate to say, as Supervisor Bunkowski said, nothing is cast in stone. We are still looking very closely at the issues, particularly whether or not Carson Street should be narrowed, which is one of the things that is being looked at by the Downtown 2020 group. We are still looking at all those issues. And we want to make sure that whatever's done downtown is done in coordination with what is done in the other sectors of our community. And we expect to hear from the other sectors of our community at the next board meeting in September about their plans for revitalization in those areas, such as North Carson Street and East Carson. So we'll just be going through, and hopefully each of you can attend some of those board meetings and let us know your thoughts as we proceed to take a look at these recommendations and see if they fit, don't fit, and what role the city has in those. That's about it. We're now not going to have a board meeting until a little later in September. I'll see you again in 2 weeks, or at the next, right after the next board meeting. And I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. We could not become the digital capital of Nevada without the work of you out there. And so you should each and every one of you should give yourself a pat on the back. On behalf of the Office of Mayor, let me say it is a pleasure to live in this community. Our greatest asset are our citizens. Thank you. See you in a while.